You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about woke lunatic Keith Olbermann here in this video. The guy that used to be on Sports Center back in the 1990s, this man has lost his mind. This man will sell his soul to leftist woke ideology. I mean, this man has been fired from everywhere, guys. I mean, when you can't even stay on at MSNBC, you know you're just that bad. Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines competed against Will Thomas, now known as Leah Thomas, in swimming. Now, Leah Thomas is a man that is actually swimming as a woman, actually was swimming as a woman in 2022, is one of the biggest stories out there in sports. And swimming on the men's team as Will Thomas, he was mediocre. But then all of a sudden says, you know what? I'm feeling like a woman. Let me go ahead and jump into the pool. Women, bam, ranked number one. Ranked number one. And Riley Gaines actually tied this person in the pool. But of course, you know, the woke media would not allow her to hold that trophy. They gave it to the man for a photo op to show, hey, this person is a woman. But the perception out there is that Riley Gaines actually lost. That's not the case. She actually tied Leah/Will Thomas. So enter Keith Olbermann. Keith Olbermann went on the attack on Riley Gaines. This man actually said that she sucked at swimming, and that is the reason why she, quote unquote, lost. She didn't lose. But Keith Olbermann is catching a bunch of heat right now. Look at this on Breitbart. Keith Olbermann blasted for telling Riley Gaines she sucked at swimming. If I'm not mistaken, guys, I do believe that Riley Gaines was a 16-time champion at Kentucky. Yeah, but to Keith Olbermann, she sucked. Let's read this, guys. Keith Olbermann, the repeatedly fired former ESPN sports anchor, has sparked controversy over his personal attack on former NCAA swimming champion Riley Gaines for activism to save women's sports from being undermined by male-born transgender women athletes. Olbermann, who has been fired by CNN, ESPN, MSNBC, Current TV, and a long list of smaller news agencies, jumped to his X account to taunt Gaines with an unhinged post saying, quote, "Can you just address the reality and move past it? You sucked at swimming. That's why you lost." I mean, this man actually put that out there right here on X. And of course, he got, I guess this is a community note here. Readers added context right here. Actually, she did not lose. But anyway, back up here, it says, while it is often hard for a sane person to know what Olbermann is ranting about at any given time, in this case, he's likely talking about Gaines's fourth place finish in the 2022 NCAA swimming championships, in which she tied with male-born transgender swimmer Leah Thomas. Olbermann was also apparently upset over Gaines's defense of a Nebraska Women's Bill of Rights, which maintains that males and females possess immutable biological differences, which Governor Jim Pillen enacted on August 30th. Olbermann did not find much support for his hateful personal attack on the young former swimmer, Fox News noted. Gaines herself replied by noting that his slobbering attack was explanation enough on why he has been fired so many times. This is what she actually said. Makes sense now why you got fired from ESPN. And you know what? and a whole list of other networks also as well. Like I said, when you get fired from MSNBC, I mean, you're just off the walls. I mean, MSNBC is deranged. They make CNN look like newsmats. That's how far left MSNBC is, and that just tells you how deranged Keith Olbermann is. His broadside against was also widely called a sexist attack on the swimmer. Look at this here. This is a reply here to Keith Olbermann. This person says, "I'm sorry. Your statement should be directed towards a dude named Leah Thomas. He sucks at swimming against biological males so much that he decided to identify as female just so he can win. How sexist and sad, both you and quote unquote Leah." Former University of Pennsylvania swimmer Paula Scanlon, who has often joined gangs in a work to save women's sports, also took aim at the unhinged Olbermann. This is what she said. "Your political bias blinds you, and dismissive views like yours embolden men to change in front of us. Why don't you address the reality that women's spaces are being invaded and many women are harmed by this narrative?" Yeah, because guys, Leah/Will Thomas exposed male body parts in front of these women in the locker room. And the women were very, very uncomfortable. And UPenn did nothing. Nothing. And I believe, guys, that the swimmers, Riley Gaines, I believe they should actually be suing UPenn. I really do believe that. I mean, Keith Olbermann, man, this is a problem. But you know what? The mainstream media is not going to hold him accountable for this, because this is a blatant attack on a woman in Riley Gaines that's actually trying to preserve women's sports. But places like ESPN, remember in March, Women's History Month, they actually did a segment on Leah Thomas, a man. They did that. Completely ignored the achievements of Riley Gaines, because ESPN is not a fan of Riley Gaines. This is another reason why ESPN is done. Another one here. Former professor Colin White also pointed out just how little Olbermann knows by linking to Gaines' swimming accomplishments, which include the Female Scholar Athlete of the Year 2022 All-America and 200 Free Award, and even an Olympic trials qualifier in 2021. And he says, the reality is staring you in the face, and you're a nasty, ignorant man sucked at swimming. And this is pathetic, man. Keith Olbermann is a lunatic. No other way to put it, guys. This man should not work in sports media ever again. He shouldn't be working in any media whatsoever. Go and do a podcast or something like that. But this man is completely deranged. That was uncalled for, that attack on Riley Gaines. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.